Hey, Jerry. Jerry. Somebody was asking if your house has heat, man. You don't know? Well, I think we're going to take a look. Hey, Pinto. Hey, buddy. Does your house have heat, man? Hey. Can you take time out of your digging here? Can you take time out of your digging? We've got a question that I'll just go by myself. Hey, dudes. So believe it or not, that's a question that we've had asked a couple of times, because there are barns that in fact do have heat. Ours does not. If these guys, I'm gonna pet you. That's my. If these guys actually do start getting cold, which is usually in the minus temperatures, Mary has blankets for them. Hey, Mint. How you doing, buddy? So what we end up doing is, if it gets down to the minus temperatures, this smaller door here gets closed. Because we originally had a Percheron, I made this door massively oversized. So what I'm going to eventually do is probably cut this off at about the 6-foot marker. I don't think it really needs to be 8 feet tall. We've got windows here that you can see they've got these pieces that flick out. So during the summer months, these windows open and they cant outward, and that provides circulation, that along with the small doors. There's rubber matting in here with 4 inches of stone underneath it, and then Mary's got bedding. The only electricity that we have in here is that fan, which is for circulation. The air comes up from under and circulates through. So if it gets to around 85 or 90 degrees, we'll end up kicking that on, because this will actually be about 4 to 5 degrees cooler than it is on the outside due to the insulation. So there's insulation everywhere in here. The insulation inside the walls. There's insulation inside of these walls. You can see how thick these bad boys are. So there's insulation in here. And then these kick boards, which are oak racetrack boards, those are over the top of that. So this is how thick the wall is normally anyways. Insulation going all the way around. And then the only spots that you've got that are uninsulated are obviously the windows. And the windows let light in here, so it, as you can see the light coming down through, it actually lets the area warm up during the winter. And when they're popped open, they cool down some in the summer. And then if you're wondering how I get those videos sometimes of them in the barn, that's from that right there. There's a camera that goes over the other side of the wall, and then it goes through the ground to a wire that goes back to the house. So no heater in here. We opted not to do that. We've never really had an issue with equines that have needed heat. And like I said, if it ever got down to the temperature where they needed assistance, you dudes have blankets. Yeah, I know. You'd rather have a heater. All right, so as a quick addendum to that, another reason why I don't have a heater in the barn is because I've been to a barn fire before, and most of the barn fires that I have seen have been because of heaters. And it's usually not even heaters for the equines. It's usually heaters in like the changing areas, which we do not have, so it doesn't matter anyways. But it's, yeah. Heaters and hay do not seem to mix, especially if they're electric, which they generally are.